Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Blazing the steel. Bring the heat. Mix it non-stop. With the hottest DJ.
Happy Friday. Quick cast coming up right now on your podcasting device or wherever you're at. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a great day. We will not be on 3 to 6 today. I have some personal stuff I have to take care of this afternoon. Back Monday, 3 to 6 with Chris Landry as we get ready for the Super Bowl. But we have breaking news in college sports right now. Breaking news in college sports coming your way right now. Breaking news coming out of the SEC office. That's the Southeastern Conference. The SEC and Big Ten have officially formed an advisory group. This is massive news in the college world as the NCAA continues its onslaught or attempted onslaught on its member institutions. Before I get into this, I'm going to take you back in time. This is highly pivotal to the breakaway that I've been talking about for years now, and others have talked about it as well. My producer just yesterday, Beeve, said, Jake, you've been talking about this breakaway for over 5 years. I don't think it's ever going to happen. I said, the wheels are turning. The wheels are turning. And if you listen to my show, you know that I've always held Greg Sankey in high regard, Nick Saban in high regard. And then at some point, those two figures would lead a charge for a breakaway in college football. And you look at name, image, and likeness and the collectives and everything going on with that this thing is just out of control and it needs reform. The NCAA cannot bring reform. Greg Sankey gave the NCAA all the opportunity that he could give them. Even back a year and a half ago, said, hey, we're going to let them try to fix this. And if not, we may have to take matters into our own hands. So he let them fumble this thing around and go to Congress and do this and do that. And, nothing has gotten done, nor will it get done. As a matter of fact, it's gotten worse. Charlie Baker, the astute new president of the NCAA, has said he wants to start a subdivision where you have to get into it to find out what's in it. Similar to, if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. Got to buy into this bill, government rhetoric. And that the NCAA was going to handle paying players, but they wanted it across the board. Soccer players made as much as football players, as much as basketball, for inclusion. Well, Greg Sankey and other commissioners, particularly the Big Ten and the ACC, Big 12, said, hey, they have not spoken with Charlie Baker. He will not speak with them on this, even though Charlie Baker says he's open to talk. Well, officially, after these lawsuits that have been going on over the last several months with the NCAA, and you look at the NCAA, which has targeted Florida State for probation, looking into the University of Miami, looking into the University of Florida, the University of Tennessee this week, as the University of Tennessee now gets ready to sue the NCAA for what is honestly crappy investigating work, crappy penalties that don't even relate to name, image, and likeness. The SEC's had enough. So today, the SEC announces an SEC Big Ten Advisory Committee. It reads like this, quote, from the SEC offices, these challenges, including but not limited to recent court decisions, pending litigation, a patchwork of state laws, and complex governance proposals, compel the two conferences to take a leadership role in developing solutions for a substantial future in college sports. The advisory group will engage with other constituencies as necessary, including consultation with student athletes and key leadership groups from within both conferences. The Big Ten and SEC have substantial investment in the NCAA, and there's no question that the voices of the two conferences, or our two conferences, are integral parts to governance and to other reform efforts, said Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti. We recognize the similarity in our circumstances as well as the urgency to address the common challenges we face. Continues on and says, there are similar cultural and social impacts to our student athletes, our institutions, and our communities because of the new collegiate athletics environment, said SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey. We do not have predetermined answers to the myriad questions facing us. We do not expect to agree on everything, but enhancing interaction between our conferences will help to focus efforts on common sense solutions. The advisory group will have no authority to act independently and will only serve as a consultating body. Its composition, character, and timetable, as well as specific questions it might examine, have yet to be determined. All right, so it's key here that you understand. They say in this, we do not expect to agree on everything, but enhancing interaction between our conferences will help us focus efforts on common sense solutions. They do not have authority to act independently. Yet. So this is a major step in what's coming in college sports, particularly college football, in that there will be a breakaway of the two biggest conferences and possibly some other teams to form basically a National Football League type model, where you have a salary cap, where you have a commissioner, where you have a players union, and multiple TV contracts. So this is the first major step to see the Big Ten and the SEC join on this, because they don't typically agree on anything. Remember COVID? The SEC wanted to play, the Big Ten said no. I mean, there's so many of these, right? And then the battle's on the field, the Big Ten versus the SEC, but they have to come together on this. They have to come together as the two power brokers in college sports. This is big. This is massive. Do not underestimate what has happened today. The Big Ten and the SEC officially form an advisory group. Tony Patetti and Greg Sankey have joined forces, which means the clock is ticking. The NCAA is on its deathbed, as it should be. Have a great weekend. Late.